everyone, it's Brianna, and today's video is going to be a little bit more laid back. Not that all my videos aren't like a little bit laid back, but this was just a little bit more of just a talking video, just about life lately and how I've been feeling and just, you know, real life things. I almost didn't even film a video this week because I've just been in a really weird place, but I didn't want to do that because I did miss a video a few weeks back, and that was from something totally unrelated, so I didn't want to punish you guys just because I'm feeling weird. And so I was gonna do a video, just like a hair video, kind of normal thing. I have a couple of ideas coming, but because I'm in this like weird kind of funk thing, I just knew it wouldn't come off the way I wanted it to. Like, I just knew I wouldn't be in like the right mindset to do it like the way I wanted to, and I think when I feel this way, it really comes off, like, at least for me, and that annoys me enough to not want to put content up where I'm like acting weird and not being like my happy self. So I didn't want to do that either, and I was talking to my sister yesterday about how I was feeling and stuff, and she was just like, you should make a video about it. And I wasn't going to do that either at first because I feel like there's surprisingly a lot of content on YouTube specifically about like anxiety and like depression, stuff like that, which is kind of what I'm going through right now. Surprisingly, a lot of YouTubers also go through that, which I think is really awesome. I mean, it's not awesome. Like, that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to start a YouTube channel, is because I really, really related to that. But anyway, I didn't know if I really had more to say, like, to the conversation, really more to input, like, really anything that I could say that could help more than what other people already say. And on top of that, I really want this channel to be, like, a positive place overall, you know, like, I want to be, like, a positive person overall, and I like that this channel is just, like, a place for, like, positivity or whatever. And I still want that to be true, but also what I want more for this channel is for it to be a place where everyone can be real, you know, and like be themselves. That's why I named it, you know, Be Beautiful or whatever, because I really, really want it to inspire people to be themselves, and this is just a part of who I am, and so even if I have nothing really new to say about it, I think I'm just gonna be, you know, honest about how I feel, and maybe that would help someone, and that'd be cool. And if not, it would really just, you know, explain to you guys what's going on so I didn't miss another week, you know? So basically, I've had kind of like anxiety problems / depression problems off and on kind of through my whole like teen life. And that's hard to even say because I feel so dramatic saying it, and I think that's sad. I think it's sad and wrong that the way the world portrays, like, you know, like mental illness kind of things, or just, you know, things like that, in a way that makes them really unapproachable and awkward to talk about, and awkward to admit that it's something that you have going on, you know? Which in turn makes it hard to get help and hard to understand. And I think that's really sad. And even with the fact that, you know, there are so many YouTubers who have these same kind of problems, it's still hard to, you know, accept or admit that that's something you're going through too. So I'm hoping that maybe even me doing this will, you know, talking about it will help even just one other person, you know, one more video out there that will help validate one more person that they're not crazy, and that what they're feeling is totally normal, and something you can get through. This is my kind of just like stance and action of taking something kind of negative, or something pretty negative, and trying to do something positive with it. You know, me doing this, you know, will maybe help one of you guys, or even if it doesn't help one of you guys, it'll be out there forever for someone maybe someday to stumble upon and relate to, or get some kind of help from. And I think that some people are just kind of don't really understand the difference between being anxious and being sad and being depressed feeling versus like literal anxiety and depression, like disorders, which is like something that I have and deal with. And I think people sometimes mix them together or think they're the same, and they're not. Like feeling sad, feeling anxious, having anxious moments, feeling that way when something is happening in your life is really normal. Like, you know, people get anxious when they have like to take a test, or like when they have to do something that makes them uncomfortable, or like, you know, or people get sad when they are going through breakups or like tragedies. Like, that makes sense, and those things can lead to a problem, but a lot of times that's just a normal response. Like, that's just like how humans respond to things. On the other side, like disorder kind of level of things, or when you feel that kind of way, like you feel sad, you feel scared, you feel stressed, you feel anxious, you feel depressed, and you don't know why. It's basically just like, honestly, a disorder that makes you feel a way that doesn't make sense. So in my case right now, it's really hard for me this time because there's literally no reason why I should be sad. Like, from an outer eye, my life is very, very great. Like, or even from an inner eye, I have a really great I have a really, really great family. I have really great friends. I have really awesome support system. Like, I don't have a horrible job that, like, makes me really stressed out or anything like that. Like, I'm really, really lucky, and I know that. But it almost makes feeling that way even harder, because then I just kind of feel bad, and I feel like I don't deserve to feel that way, you know, I don't get to feel that way, which is not how it works. A very wise person once told me that what you're feeling isn't irrational. Like, I used to have a really, really big problem with trying to be rational, like making rational decisions and whatever, and feeling rational. Then my friend told me this thing that really, really stuck with me, which was just that, yeah, like, what you're feeling is always rational. Like your feelings are your feelings, you know, and that's totally okay. You can feel however you want to feel. Like, you don't need someone to justify your feelings, because they're your feelings, and you can feel it whatever way you want. But it's what you do with those feelings that, you know, where things can go wrong or whatever. And so I think that's important to know, to say out loud, that, you know, whatever you're feeling is okay, and whatever you're feeling is normal, and to not, beat yourself up for feeling a certain way, because that's just crazy. Like, what a stupid reason to make yourself feel even worse. Like, because you're feeling a certain way, you're gonna make yourself feel bad about it. Like, that's just too much stress. Like, don't do that to yourself. And I've been trying not to do that to myself this week. Anyway, I feel like I had a lot of ideas of things I wanted to say before I sat down, and then when I sat down, they all just kind of, like, booped away. But just basically just saying that, you know, I'm dealing with some stuff this week. Just a little bit of feeling really anxious and really sad for no reason. But that's okay, because that's a thing that happens. I think it's important for people to know that that's okay, and if this is happening to you, to not ignore it, and to, you know, do something about it, but not beat yourself up about it either. Like, just, you know, make sure you can talk to someone about it, you know, talk to your family, or, you know, your friends, or, like, there's people at school, like, you have counselors for a reason, or even if you don't want that, the internet is so great. I'm so thankful for the internet that there's so many resources out there of people who feel the same way, and people you can talk to, and help that you can get that way, because no one should go through that, like, alone. And no matter how positive and happy you try to be, because I try to be very, very positive, and I try to look at life very positively, sometimes, you know, things just get to you, and that's okay. And that happens. Like, don't judge your emotions, don't judge your feelings, and just try your best to get back to your positive place, and it eventually will happen. You know, you'll eventually get there. I know eventually I'll get back to that place, hopefully very soon. But right now I'm just kind of taking it easy, and I just wanted to explain that to you guys. Anyway, I know that probably was all over the place and just very sporadic, and I don't even know if I said everything that I wanted to say, but basically, I'm having a hard time. This week's been a little hard for me, but I know it's going to be okay, and that's going to get better. And if you're feeling that way, or if you ever feel that way, just know that same thing, that it's going to be okay, and it's going to get better. I was just giving myself this week to kind of chill, since I've been in such a weird funk. So I hope you guys understand that. Other than that, I have normal videos coming up next week, starting next week, and going into the school year, I have a lot of fun, like, back to school video ideas, like hair videos and makeup for back to school, and, like, school lunches and things like that. Like, I got some cool ideas, so make sure to subscribe to see those. Like I said, that'll be starting next week, back to normal. And I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and being supportive, and I hope you guys understood. And I hope maybe this helps someone, and if anybody has any questions or anything, or kind of, you know, wants any kind of feedback of anything, make sure to leave me a comment below. I'll totally respond to anything. And yeah, like I said, hopefully this was helpful to someone. If it wasn't, I'm sorry, and, you know, normal videos will be up next week. Actually, sometimes I need to, you know, get out what's happening for me to move on. I want to be able to do that with you guys, you know, and I think these conversations, like real conversations, help us connect on more than just, like, a beauty level, but, like, on an actual, like, hey, we're humans going through life kind of level. So, yeah. And I think that's it. I love you guys so much. You're beautiful, and I will see you guys next week.